Hey, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? It's your favorite King Penny back at it again, man. Hey, we're here at beautiful Longmont Public Media in Longmont, Colorado, on 4th and Kimbark. So if you have any media needs or anything like that, they got an audio studio, podcast studio, anything you might need, man, check them out. But guess what? I'm here for something else, man. I came across a product, in my gym the last week, and might be a game changer for a lot of people and stuff like that. I'll introduce my guests and let them go ahead and talk about it.
Thank you, Penny. Thank you for having us here. My name is Deb Ludington, and I am a Superpatch associate.
My name is Suzanne Garcia. I am also a Superpatch associate as well as a physical therapist.
Okay. Let's talk about this Superpatch, right? So what is it and what can it do?
So the Superpatch is just that. It's a patch. And it's crazy when Suzanne introduced this to me probably a couple months ago. I'm like, there is no way this works the way you tell me it does. Because there are absolutely no drugs, no ingredients whatsoever, and it's hypoallergenic also for everybody out there. And it is something that has been 15 years in the making. It's a patented product, and there's nothing out like it whatsoever. But the biggest thing I just want to tell people, it is drug-free. So you can try it, and I'm sure it's going to work for you, but if it doesn't work for you, you're not missing out on anything. It's not going to hurt you whatsoever.
Yeah. Can you speak to the drug-free aspect of it?
Absolutely. So these patches have ridges on them, and the ridges, as Deb mentioned, the founder spent 15 years in research. His mom had MS, so he was trying to come up with something that would help her. And in doing so, the very first patch he came out with is the Liberty patch. And what that is a balance and homeostasis patch. But the way the patches work, they all have a unique, what we call a fingerprint, or people say it looks like a QR code, but there's nothing digital about it. It's it uses vibrotactile technology. And what happens is, as most people know, skin is your largest organ on your body. So there are millions of receptors on our skin. So you put the patch on your skin, and those receptors communicate with the neural pathways in your body, which then communicate with your brain. So again, the founder, who spent 15 years researching something to help his mom, came up with these unique fingerprints, if you will, that target different functions of your body. So there is a freedom patch for pain, a liberty patch for balance and homeostasis, there's a REM patch for sleep, there's a peace patch, a joy patch. There are 12 patches in total. One is for weight loss, and there are numerous other ones that we can speak to as well.
Okay, and they're easy to apply?
Yes. Yes, just like a Band-Aid. You peel the back off, and exactly, anywhere that you
drug-free, right?
Drug-free, yeah.
Completely drug-free.
All right.
And they work just like when you touch something hot or something cold, your skin feels that, and it goes up to the brain, and the receptor goes, oh, yep, it's hot, yep, it's cold. But through our years, because of stress, or maybe you're sick, or different things, that those brain receptors kind of shut down a little bit, and so we have to kind of reactivate them, and that's what this will do. You put it on those. And because of the design of the fingerprint on it, it'll hit those certain receptors, and it pings the brain saying, okay, wake up, we have a pain patch on, and let's make it go away.
Okay, and it's not necessary to put it right here, right?
No.
If you have like pain or something, say for instance in your leg or something like that, you can go right there, or?
Correct. So ultimately they can go anywhere on your body that is a flat enough surface that the ridges won't get wrinkled, compressed, or rub off. But for the pain patch specifically, that's where you want to probably put it between your pain and your brain. So, and as close to the origin of pain. So if you have lower back pain, just a little bit above that. If you have leg pain, if it's knee pain, I would put it more on your thigh. If it's more on your ankle, put it on your calf. Again, if you have neck pain, shoulder blade is a great place for it. But basically, where you have the least amount of hair and where it will lay relatively flat for, and then the patches last as long as they stay on.
Yeah.
They often come off in the shower, so most people put a patch on right when they get out of the shower, and then when they shower again the next morning, they'll put on a new patch. My mom, though, has had success taking hers off, showering and putting it back on.
Oh, wow.
I'm more resourceful. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Very resourceful.
Yeah.
But they come in packs of 28 for the month, right? And
Correct, so 4 weeks worth, absolutely.
Oh man, that's great. So I gotta explain it to my people because they're a little off a little bit. How many patches can you wear at once? Look, because they'll get to slapping them over like this.
On a typical workout day, I have 3 on. So I do a pre-workout patch, which does give you a little bit more stamina, a little bit more strength. I can feel it. And for me, it probably kicks in about 20 minutes after I put it on. And I just stick it like right on my leg. And then I have a pain patch on because I actually had a knee replacement, and I wish I knew about these as soon as my knee replacement was done, because they don't give you the super drugs anymore when you come out of surgeries and stuff, and I was in pain. And I know if I had the Freedom Patch to coincide with the drugs I was taking, it would have been a lot better. I would have probably felt a lot better even through rehab. And then I do the weight loss patch. The weight loss patch is a girlfriend of mine actually has been using the weight loss patch too. And it's one of those, it's over time. So that's some of these patches you use, it's gonna take a couple days till you're like, okay, yeah, it's working. But what she told me, and I had the same effect, is when you're eating, you all of a sudden you're like half done with your salad and you just don't feel like eating anymore. You're just like, and that's how your brain works. My brain is like, yeah, or it gets rid of my cravings, those type of things. But you still have to have a healthy diet and, you know, exercise and all that. And that's one thing too, we want to make sure people understand the Freedom Patch. This isn't to, you know, if you have an issue, a medical issue, I mean, you still have to go to doctors and stuff like that. This just helps get through whatever you're dealing with at that time.
Absolutely.
What did you say, Suzanne?
Yes, it's not a cure. There's no claim that it's a cure, and it's not a replacement for any type of medical treatment or medical recommendations from anyone in the medical profession. So, but it does, again, like Deb said, it resets your neural pathways. And rather than taking 8 Tylenol a day like my brother-in-law used to do, he now he's able to wear a Freedom Patch every day and not take any more Tylenol.
Or tell Penny about the golfer
I was
that you
just
met.
going to say, so unbeknownst to my husband and I, when we met this gentleman, we didn't know what his profession had been. But he came up to us and he just said, I've had horrible knee pain. We explained the product. But like everyone else, including myself, I was the biggest skeptic of this product. I'll explain the golfer first and then I'll go back to my mom. But so this gentleman, it took a while to even have him try a patch. But again, there's nothing in them. They're completely harmless. If they work for 95% of the population. So worst case scenario, you're gonna have to peel it off like a Band-Aid and maybe you have some residue that you have to rub off. But it's harmless. No contraindications, it won't interact with any medication, it's safe for children, it's safe for pregnant women, it's literally safe for everyone. And again, non-chemical, non-ingredient, completely drug-free. Anyway, this gentleman, after we were able to say, well, again, it won't hurt you, would you please just try a patch? So we put one, he had knee pain, we put one on his thigh. And we were actually at a trade show. And we lost track of him. We would ask people to come back and give us their feedback on how the product worked for them. We lost track of him, but the next day, he made a beeline for our booth and he said, I am double parked, but I just had to come back in here and tell you thank you. I've been on Vicodin for 13 years. This is the first thing that has improved my pain. He said, I cannot believe it worked, but it's incredible. And then that's when he explained that he's a pro golfer, been on the PGA Tour, but he's been dealing with knee pain for that long. So incredible results.
Yeah, definitely get up off that like getting that.
Right, no.
So that's good to know. And you said you had another story about your mom?
So yes, the gentleman who introduced us to these patches, he knows that I'm a physical therapist. I'm not currently practicing, but he brought these to us as a healthcare product, and especially as a healthcare professional, I'm not going to promote any product that doesn't work and that is even a little bit gimmicky or, there are any issues with it. And on that note, it's been FDA registered. They're waiting for the approval. So my husband and I asked for a lot of samples. If this is true, if this works, would you mind providing us with some samples so that we can see for ourselves? So my mom had a serious hemorrhagic cerebellar stroke 2 years ago, which is the balance part of your brain. So when she walks, she looks like she's on a boat. You know, she's pretty wobbly. She reaches for you. I put one of these patches on her, and we walked around the mall for 2 hours. She didn't reach for me once. But I was still a skeptic. So I know that people can have really good days. So I thought, well, maybe she just had a really good day. But then tried them again, and then my stepdad actually has a really difficult time sleeping. So I gave him a REM patch. And he called me the next morning and he asked me, where did you get these? How do I get more? I haven't slept like that in years. And since then he's texted me, thank you so much. I finally am able to look forward to going to sleep at night. So just incredible results. And like Deb said, we introduced her to the patches a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But once, and we have hundreds and hundreds of stories, and it's just, I mentioned that I'm not practicing anymore, but this is a way for me to help people with pain, chronic pain. It's just incredible. So I'm able to help promote health for people.
Yeah, and it's such a wide range of different like things that people have. That's what's like, you know what I mean, crazy about it actually. My thing about this, so locally, where can people find this?
Yes, so right now it is not sold through retail whatsoever. And so someone like myself, I'm an associate for Superpatch, and I have an ID that people can go to. It's deblud.superpatch.com, and that'll bring you right to my site. And then you can just order it through the site under there, and yeah, it's done just like that. Your first order though, you get 25% off, just so everybody knows that.
So if you go to deblud.superpatch.com, you get 25% off your first order. There's actually a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So again, 95% of the population it will work on. So if you happen to fall into that 5%, there is a money-back guarantee for these. And part of the reason that they're not sold in retail is the founder, again, who spent 15 years doing this research. He also wanted to not only provide the population with something innovative and disruptive, really, to big pharmaceutical companies, and just improve people's quality of life, but he also wanted to provide an opportunity for people to benefit financially as well, instead of just letting the huge retailers make the money on the product.
Yeah, we got to make the money off the product instead. So yeah,
absolutely.
And I want to go back to something too when Suzanne was talking about the patches, that she said that, you know, kids can wear this too because there's no drugs at all. And I think with our teenagers today, with social media, everything that's going on with our kids with anxiety and depression and those type of things, these will work for them. My daughter, actually, with finals week, she did the focus patch, and what it does, it just, because I've used it too, the focus patch, and it stops your brain from all the ticking going on that day, and it really makes you focus. I've also tried the peace patch for real stressful days, but I would, and there's also a joy patch. I have not used the joy patch yet, but
I have not either.
yeah, but someone can choose it. But again, if, you know, hopefully this can get more into that teenage side and more teenagers can use it to help with things that are happening with them today.
Okay.
Versus drugs, because that's the first thing everybody wants to do is put our kids on drugs.
No, I definitely want to thank you guys for coming and talking about this, and give them the website one more time, and I'll put it on the bottom.
Awesome. So it's Deblud, DEBLUD.superpatch.com.
And there it is. This rim was gonna put me to bed tonight, man. Hey, I'm King Penny. This is Suzanne. This is Deb, man. They got the Super Patch, man. You guys try it out. All right, we're out of here.